to a new tying movie. Today we're gonna tie a Midge pupa. It's an extremely good pupa for early season fishing, actually all the year round. I got this pattern from a friend called Alan. I got a lot of patterns from him, so yeah, well, it's not surprising. He's a really good fisherman, and he got a lot of good ideas. Where he got the pattern from, I'm not sure, but I think he made the pattern himself. So I'll ask him about that later. The materials we're going to use is a size 15 TMC. You can tie this up to 18. Barbless dry fly hook. Some black CDC. Some white CDC. Some grey hair sear dub. And of course a black tying thread. For the rib on the body we're going to use some Mirage tinsel. Small size. And we're going to use some UV glue. Diamond Fine from Deer Creek is my favorite, and that's what I'm using. And of course you need a UV lamp. And that's it. And this is a fly you can fish dry, like a pupa, or you can fish it underwater while you're twisting it, or yeah, you can do a lot of stuff with this fly. I know that Alan fish this fly under the water sometimes if the fish doesn't rise. So try to fish it underwater if the fish doesn't rise, or try to fish it dry if the fish rises, because that's of course the coolest thing. So it's a cool fly, and it's very important that you follow the instructions in the video on how the wing will be and how the process is with the tinsel, etc. So let's just get to it. Okay, so then we start. As I said earlier, I'm using the Tiemco hook 103 BL. It's a very good dry fly hook. I use this for all my mayflies, yeah, and dry flies in general. I'm using the 16-0 thread from Tiemco. It's a black thread, because we're gonna have the body black. So then we just start off. Starting by fastening the thread. And you don't want to stop. You want to tie the thread a bit down at the end, like this. Then we just cut off the thread like that. Then you can take a couple of wraps back forward like this, and then we're using the tinsel, the Mirage color. It's like this. This is it's very good. It's a small size and it's very thin, so it's easy to make a good rib on small flies. So just cut off a piece of that. Okay, fasten this in. And it's really important that you cover up all the tinsel now. So this is a very thin thread, so I need to go a few wraps forward and backwards while I'm doing this. Okay. Okay, like that. And then we're covering up the tinsel. So it's just a black body, like that. Okay, and then start to wrap this around like a ribbing. As you can see, it's very thin, so it's very easy for me to make a nice spread between the tinsel and the yeah, between the tinsel. Like that. Just lock that, like that. Cut off the remaining part. I always take care of my extra tinsel because you can use this on the next fly if you're gonna tie a dozen of these or something. Yeah. Okay. So let's stop it like there. Yeah. Now you want to use some UV glue. I'm using the one from Deer Creek, as I showed you before, Diamond Fine. So you want to take, because this is such a small fly, you want to use a dubbing needle and put some on dubbing needle, just a small tiny piece, not much. It's very easy to use too much here, so be careful. Okay. So just start to just tap it like this. Carefully, just tap it. Okay, try to make this on both sides. You don't want a fat body here, you want it to be really skinny and thin, so it sinks fast. You want the body to sink very fast because of the... yeah, it's a pupa. It's a midge pupa, so... like that, and then we're using the UV glue, just to harden the UV, like this. Okay, and there we are. And now I want to, yeah, you're about half, yeah, like to the two-third parts of the hook from the hook eye now. And now I'm using some, yeah, this is actually a leftover from Davy Watton, squirrel dubbing, this one. I'm using the grey one, this one, just to make a little ball before we start on the wing. So just dub this on. Here you can use some dubbing wax if you like. It's not that easy to tie in the ball. Okay, so I probably used a bit much, I guess, but let's see. It's okay, actually. Okay, and you can squeeze the ball a bit to make it more compact, like that. And now we're using some white CDC. My feathers is a bit big, but if you have small feathers it's much better. So I'm using two feathers like this, and I'm taking them together. So now it looks like one, but it's two. And you want to use the thinnest part, the front part. You want that to peek backwards on the fly. So let's see. I want it to be like really similar in length. So try to match them as good as you can. Let's see. It's not that easy. Always. Okay, like that. Then you want it to be about the size of the hook, the length of the hook. Okay, so about there. Then just tie this in. Okay, like that. Then just cut off the remaining part as close to the hook as you can, like that. Just tie this in so it's good. Okay, and the thing you do now is you're making a wing sac, so it's a bubble. So you want to tie yourself almost forward, leave it a bit of space, so you can easily fasten the hook later. Okay, like that. And you want to stretch it a bit. This bubble is not going to be sightable. You don't want to see it actually. So I'm doing it like this. I'm taking a few wraps in the front to make it stand forward, upwards, like that. Okay, and now tie yourself over the bubble. The bubble is here, so this will make the pattern float very well, even if I tie over it. Like that. Okay. Now you want to take some black CDC, like this, normal black CDC. Take out the feather, like a normal feather, and just strip it. Well, strip it on one side, that's enough, and cut off the hard parts of the stuff you stripped, so it's, as you can see, cut off the bottom part. You don't want that, because we're going to use this as a dubbing. Okay. This is not a dubbing loop, I just normally dub the CDC onto the thread. Okay, so like this. It's not that easy, but it works. It's making this fly float really well. So here we go. Okay, I need a bit more. Let me see. So 1.5 feather. I said one side, but 1.5 feather you can use depending on the size of the feather, of course. So, like this. Just wrap this around. Like this. Okay, turn everything back. Tie it up in the front, like that. Put some head cement on. Try to not make all these feathers. Okay, like that. Then I'm using, oops, my dubbing needle to lock this up. It's too much, like that. Okay. Then just cut off the thread. Then the fly is finished. You can either fish it like this, but just cut off the longest parts here. I like to do one thing, and that's to squeeze the CDC a bit to make it not that, not that ball, big ball. You want to have it more compact, like that. So you want this part. You want this part to, what can I say? Be in the water, and when you fish, and you want this part to float, and you want the wing to like peek forward. So when you're fishing this, it will look like this, like that. There you got a really good pupa. So just trim it, do what you want, and I know that Alan likes to fish it both underwater and over water, and maybe he think the wing is a bit short, but yeah, I like it this way. I think it was a bit thick now. Maybe you can try to make it a bit thinner. That depends on how you cut your CDC. But it's a good fly now. So this is a good Midge pupa. So try to tie it and give me a good feedback, or if it works good for you, or if you have any constructive critic on my tying. I appreciate that. So thank you for watching.